off the ground for a while and cast spells and heal. And,
Oh, baller.
Paladins can lay down judgments on their enemies and send them to the faction prison, where the
Dude, that sounds
on
badass.
beta,
Dude, oh my god, Priest Paladin, we're done.
the
We're done
jailers of
to
Ashran. They just hung out in those jails, and every time somebody would show up, they would inflict punishment upon them, lay down judgment. So, very cool stuff.
Yeah, but if that's only 2 classes, what are they doing for the rest?
Punishment that you're inflicting for all those great sort of power moves you're pulling. There's glory in victory. There's honor, but is there some extra loot you can maybe gain from the process as well?
Well, Ashran's had opportunity for us to really rewrite the rules. And so one of the things we're doing different is that artifact fragments, that currency in Ashran I was talking about before, if you kill another player, you can loot half their Ashran fragments. So you're basically looting players. Yeah. So,
did you hear that?
So it brings a whole new dynamic to World PvP in Warlords of Draenor.
Brian, it sounds like you got a lot of excited people.
Dude, that's going to be an entire BG system.
Loot each other.
No one's going to BG anymore, like the normal one.
Of course, always been a part of the beating heart of World of Warcraft, as has lore. And with Warlords of Draenor, it gives you guys a chance to explore sort of new realms and new parts of lore. But one of the things that's coming back around in a big way is that old Dark Portal. You guys, we've seen the Dark Portal for years now. Sorry. The Dark Portal. We agree.
You have to say it that.
You have to say it that way. Yeah, it's my bad, folks. Ian, can you tell us more about the role of the Dark Portal in Warlords of Draenor?
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. I mean, really, going all the way back to the Warcraft 2 expansion, it was called Beyond the Dark Portal for a reason. The Dark Portal is the first thing you're going to see when you log into Warlords of Draenor. It's both the first threat that is posed to you and posed to Azeroth as a whole, and your first objective. Even though this is happening in Draenor, a distant world, there's a very immediate existential threat, which is that the Iron Horde, led by Grommash, is going to march their forces and their weaponized armored Grom and their siege machinery right through the Dark Portal and just lay waste to the entirety of Azeroth. Stormwind, Orgrimmar.
I thought he was dead.
And it's up to us to stop them.
Yikes.
The lore is Garrosh
so the very first thing that you do is embark
when he
on
got
the Dark Portal.
captured, he escapes and goes back to one of his friends who has a particular spell or a particular power who will allow him to time travel.
Room, a little bit of time by shutting down
So what Garrosh
but you
does,
still
he
need
time
to raise
travels
that
back
army
to his
to war on
father's
Draenor
day
to defeat the Iron Horde and stop that threat
and
from actually
is
being
now
released.
creating
And now
the
this
Iron
invasion,
Horde.
I mean, that sounds a lot like one of these world events that you guys are fond of kicking off your expansions with. Am I right, folks? Can you tell us a little bit about sort of how you're presaging Warlords of Draenor sort of being released into the wild?
A little bit of that, yeah. I mean, we've done some fun stuff in the past, like the zombie plague, things along those lines. It's always nice to throw a little twist. So what we're going to be doing in the 6.0 patch before Draenor itself unlocks is basically showing you this initial vanguard, this initial Iron Horde threat. They have this first incursion through the Dark Portal that's basically laid waste to blasted lands. Netherguard Keep is now in ruins. The Alliance and Horde are scrambling to understand this new threat, to understand what's happened, and to kind of rally their forces in response. And you are part of that.
Is this the same place that you go through for Burning Crusade?
At the same time, what's also going on is that an initial part of this force has been to Upper Blackrock Spire to rendezvous.
I heard that Migrand is going to be like completely redone.
And that's going to be a max level dungeon in Warlords of Draenor. However, as part of the pre-release event, we're going to have a special level 90 preview version of that available for a limited time only, where you can go into level 90 new Upper Blackrock Spire and fight your way through the first half of the dungeon, get some relevant loot to prepare yourself for Draenor, and get a taste of things to come.
Oh wow!
Sound good?
You get some early attention.
Ian, I think you've probably sold them all here already, but let's talk a little bit about Draenor as a world. This isn't the first new world that has been introduced to World of Warcraft, but with each new expansion, with each new world you bring, you got to carve out a new niche for it. You got to distinguish it and give folks something new. Can you tell us a little bit about what sets Draenor apart from the other worlds they've explored?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it was really a chance to go back and explore what this world would have been like had what ruined it and turned it into Outland not occurred. It's the birthplace of the Orcs, it's the home of the Draenei. It's a chance to explore these civilizations and these societies at their height And while there's some familiar kind of nostalgia callbacks to players who played the Burning Crusade, it's ultimately a brand new world built from scratch, from the ground up. You know, there is a zone called Shadow Moon Valley, but it's not the Shadow Moon Valley you might remember from Outland, where there's felfire raining from the sky and Illidan standing atop his black temple telling you how unprepared you are. This time around, it's, you know,
Telling you how
rolling green hills
unprepared
with
you are.
eternal twilight skies as Shadow Moon cultists conduct dark rituals under Stonehenge-like monuments. Like, totally different vibe, and that's just, you know, a taste of what the
That's
world
so
has to
fun.
offer. We're really excited to have, you know,
What are they gonna do with the
realized that
old 70
Bruce and
raids like
Ryan
Black
team did an
Temple,
incredible
Sunwell
job of
Plateau?
putting this world together. We
I
can't
think
wait to
they'll
share it
still
with you.
be there, but
Can you guys wait to get into that?
Because that's gonna be strange if they're changing
All
the face
right.
of Outland.
Ian has it cost us. Brian Holinka, thank you, gentlemen, so much for hyping us up about Warlords of Draenor, getting into some of the nitty-gritty
All right,
of
let's
what
see
it's
some
all
let's see
about.
some
Let's hear it for him, folks.
visuals.
there's been a beta you can watch streams.
I don't want to watch that. I want to watch this.
Now, all that stuff Ian and Brian were just talking about, you're going to get a glimpse of it a little bit later in the show. You're going to get a look at garrisons, what they look like, how you can customize them. You're going to get a look at Shadow Moon Valley looking positively peaceful, as Ian was saying. You're going to check out all the new environments of Warlords of Draenor. That's coming up in a little bit. But
I liked Shadow Moon
I
Valley.
mentioned a new animated series, deep delving into the lore of World of Warcraft. It's time to see that in action. But I'm not the guy to introduce that to you. That guy is a Blizzard Senior Vice President of Story and Franchise Development. Please welcome to the stage, Chris Metzen.
I love this guy. He's such a good like writer, dude.
Yeah,
What up?
pretty cool guy overall. Anyway,
Thanks, guys. Good morning, Los Angeles. How's everybody doing? Excellent, excellent. Guys, thank you for being here with us this morning. I want to get some too. Horde, where you at?
for the Horde.
Alliance, let me hear you.
Boo.
Proud defenders of Azeroth. Guys, we got some cool stuff in store for you this morning. You know, it's not every day we get to debut one of these cinematic intros. It's actually, I think today is the first time we've ever done a community event to roll out one of our cinematics. These cinematics are near and dear to our hearts, especially the intros. Obviously, not only do they kind of set up the framework of the story, the characters, the conflict, you know, the vector of the adventure to come, but we also, just personally, we love these cinematics because they're kind of the spear tip of imagination, right? They get the whole experience moving. And I think
I'm trying to eat all this
that they
before you
show
get
the
started.
tender love and care, the passion and craftsmanship that we try to put into our product. So we'll get to it in just a moment. I hope you guys love it like we do. But before we get to it, we brought something a little additional today.
Okay.
To set it up, I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you last year saw The Burdens of Xiaohao?
I did not.
Excellent. So over the years, you know, we've built the products. We kind of construct the story that flows through the expansion sets. Our story developers usually want to run a little deeper, or get into characters' backstories, kind of bridge the products together. We love telling stories, and often we've done that over the years through novels, comics, manga, graphic novels, things like that, and we love that stuff. But with Xiaohao, we kind of took this new vector. We created kind of this serial sequence of animation, kind of this rough illustrative style, like an animated storybook. And we loved it. We loved making it. It seemed like people liked it a lot. And the fact that it's kind of just these little free pieces of animation to watch, it went out.
Watch my Twitch.
Right? It just, you know, I don't know, YouTube or wherever else. It cast a very wide net. We had a lot of people have a lot of fun with that product. So based on Xiaohao, we looked at Warlords of Draenor. We thought, well, what can we do? What kind of animation can we produce? Whoa. And kind of be able to take people back to this era of Draenor and express and explain some of the backstories of certain of these warlords, kind of get in their heads, kind of you know, illustrate what makes them tick, what are they motivated by, why are they such rotten bastards that we need to bring to justice. So, very happy to show you guys this morning, actually the first episode of Lords of War. This episode
Is this going to be a TV series?
A dude by the name of Kargath Bladefist.
Is this going to be a TV series?
It's kind of funny. It strikes me that
What he's talking about?
Kargath and a number of his buddies were created as characters.
They're coming out.
Almost 20 years ago. I don't know how that's possible.
They're coming out with it.
But what that means is, most World of Warcraft players have never met these guys, have never done quests with them, or fought with them, or taken them down as raid bosses. So this series, right, in its heart, really wants to take you inside these characters and show you why you should care, why you want to face them and bring them to justice, as we said before. So, guys, without further ado, very pleased to present Chapter 1 of Lords of War.
Here we go. The dog. What's that bitch's name?
King Varian.
Yeah.
The hour grows late. You must sign the declaration of war.
I was just a child when my father rushed to confront this. He didn't understand these warlords at all. That mistake cost him his life and brought this kingdom to ruin.
You are not your father.
I know. But how can I succeed where he failed?
You can start by trusting my counsel. I have faced them before.
On Draenor, you were there all those years ago.
Yes. They are not invincible.
Then tell me of them, Murad. Tell me everything.
Very well. Kargath had no plan. He was raised a slave. The ogre's cruelty was intolerable. So he sought a way out. The arena. 100 orc lives was the price for freedom. Fight. Kill. Salute. Kargath was unstoppable, and the day of his final fight had come. One last kill, and it was over.
Badass.
100 lives. Kargath had earned his reward. Like every champion before him. Buried beneath the arena.
You get wrecked.
The promise of freedom. Nothing but a lie.
What is he trying to get? Probably something to pry off the chains?
What?
Probably something to pry off the chains or something?
But Kargath would be chained no longer.